Guys, how's it going? So it's been officially 2 weeks with the Surface Duo 1, I will call it. Surface Duo 2 isn't out yet, and I've had a couple questions from you guys who want to know my thoughts. Let's see if I can move that out a little bit, a little too tight, about the Surface Duo. So I would say in the 2 weeks that I've had it, I've turned it into my second device. I normally carry 2 cell phones, so this is now my second device that I carry here. And for those that don't know, I'm currently in South America. If this is your first time watching. Now here is a little different than the States. Most people are not carrying a device like this. The prices of things like this is super expensive. Even for the Fold 3 or the Flip, you know, they got them almost for a couple of grand versus you get it in the States for less than a grand. So especially gonna do a trade-in. But with that being said, I can't pull it out as much in public as I would like to because it draws too much attention. When people see it like this, it just looks like a tablet. But when you fold it or unfold it because you're getting a phone call or something like that, it draws a lot of attention. So I have to be careful walking around with this. But my thoughts on this device. So as I mentioned before, this is basically a PDA disguised as a cell phone. So that's the way I'm just gonna say it, man, because this is really a personal assistant. Anytime someone asks me about this device, it's a PDA, it's a personal assistant. You got everything here you would need to schedule out your day. I wish I had something like this when I was in business because it would have made working for yourself so much easier, because you have this thing that you can easily use to turn this a little bit, to easily use when you're doing your stuff, because you can keep track of all your invoices. I don't have to go home after I finish the day and spend the next 2.5 hours writing up or putting out an Excel spreadsheet, putting everything together that I did that day. With something like this, you take your pen and you can sit there and input all your information and then refer back to this side, which is your last screen here from your home page, where you can get all of your quick information right here and you're done that same day. So I could go home and just relax instead of spending the next 2 to 3 hours sitting in front of the computer inputting information. So I say for small business owners, dude, definitely want to take a look at this thing, dude, because you can plan out your entire day, your week, your month, every job that you go to. You can sit there, you can lay it all out. You can go to these different apps like I have here with Google Docs and Google Sheets, get all of your stuff done, no problem. But there are some quirks with this thing, okay? Every now and again, one side will go black. It doesn't happen very often, but one side will go dark. You just close it, reopen it, it's fine. Even when you're turning it, one side sometimes will say tap. You close it, it's fine. That's the only real quirk that I have, bug that I have. Everything else works the way it's supposed to. Now, with the second one, because people are gonna ask, and I did a video telling people to wait. That's what I'm gonna do. Because that's a lot to spend for something, and you're gonna get less. You're not gonna get the bumpers this time. You're not gonna get the charger this time. All of that you're paying separate, which means you're gonna pay even more than you paid before to get the original. So if you're out there and you're intrigued by this, I would tell you to try this one first. The cameras have improved from that last software update, and supposedly we're going to Android 11 on this before the end of the year. Which, you know, if it took a year, when the year's almost up and we're getting ready to go to Android 12 and they're just going to Android 11, this is why I'm hesitant to spend that kind of money for the second generation of this. I would say anybody who's considering this, watching this video, get the original first. Get to the original, because this is still under warranty. I still have a 1-year warranty with this device. Even though I just turned it on and it's a year after the fact, it's still a brand new device with a 1-year warranty. Wait to see what happens. At least wait 3-4 months, because you can go to Microsoft's website right now. These are not selling that well. Every storage option is available. Both colors are available. It wasn't like that when the Samsung Z Flip came out or the Fold. They sold out. This is not. which is why I'm telling you guys to wait. Be patient. That's what I did. I did not want to spend, what was the original price? $13.99 when this first came out. I was intrigued by it, but I didn't want to spend that kind of money. So I waited. And as I waited, I started noticing the prices change. I started noticing offers that were better. So be patient if you're thinking about getting the second version with the cameras on the back. But if you're just curious about this, buy this version, try it out. I'm telling you, I cannot stress this enough. If you are a small business owner, an entrepreneur of any kind, someone who's in school, right? You're still doing classes and whatnot, you take this with this pencil, and you can get this pencil off eBay super cheap, right? It's not like you're spending a ton for this thing used. You can get one of these on eBay, 30 bucks, 25 bucks. This is from 2 years ago and it works just fine. Get you a little cheap keyboard like this, foldable, put it in your pocket. You got you a mobile workstation. You can take it with you anywhere. Set this up. You got your pen. You can type up whatever you need to type up, whatever you need to do. Boom, you got it right here. Mobile workstation. I love traveling with this, which is why I made it my second device. I could be watching something over here with my Bluetooth headphones and working on something over here, going through my emails. If I'm trading on one screen. I'm buying and selling on the other screen when I day trade. I'm not in business anymore. If I was, this is a no-brainer. I tell anybody, I told my cousin about it, he's currently in business, to try this thing, dude, because it is a monster when it comes to people who normally take two devices and you're trying to work from one side and go to the other side, because there's so many different applications that this thing is useful for. How many times have you guys gone to a website, you got to put in your information, then you got to go to the email to verify it? Well, that's easy to do now. You over here working on something, you need to verify it, you just go to this screen, verify it, and go right back to where you're working at. I mean, there's so many use cases. Sorry about that, I got my window open, it's hot today. There's so many use cases for this device. And like I said in the previous 2 videos, my only hang up, RAM. Is RAM. It's just not enough. For all the windows that you can open on this and all the stuff that you can do, if you put too much, it will slow down because of the RAM. There's not enough. In all honesty, this thing should have came with at least 10 to 12 gigabytes of RAM based upon what it can do. The 855 is fine, it's the RAM. When it comes to the AAA, I'm curious to see how the battery is. Now I'm gonna speak about battery real quick and then I'll be done with this. So I'm a 2-person device person that carries 2 devices. Excuse me, I didn't say that right. I carry 2 devices. So battery life for me is going to be totally different than someone who's using this as their only device. If you're using this as your only device, you'll probably make it through a day, and I'll say probably, and that's based upon my experience of using 2 devices. I can normally get 3.5 hours of screen on time and finish the day with about 25%. Now that's using my iPhone and using this device, okay? I primarily use this a lot more, but when I do use this and I'm getting about 3.5 hours of screen on time, you know, that's about 25% left. Now you gotta understand too though, I got this Bluetooth, this pencil, and I usually have my headphones in when I have this and I'm doing something. So I got a lot more going probably than the normal person using Bluetooth, and I'm using the hotspot from my iPhone to connect to this. So I got a lot of things going. Typical, if I were to guess, I would say you probably get anywhere from 4.5 to 5 hours of screen on time per day. Now that doesn't sound great in comparisons to some of the other devices, especially the new iPhones where you're getting 7 to 8 hours of screen on time, but you're doing double the work here. You got double screens going with a very thin battery. So please understand that part as well. If you're gonna get this, please understand every aspect of this thing. This is not perfect, it has a few bugs with it, but overall, for just planning getting productivity done, whether it's transferring files from one side to the other side and then going to your other Surface products, or just using Windows in general, this thing has been great. I'm sure the second version has improved upon this. And again, the 8 gigabytes of RAM with that second version scares me into buying it. Unless it becomes a price like this, I don't think I'm gonna get it. I'll wait to see what they do with the third version, because that RAM issue, I'm telling you, is still gonna pop up. But with that being said, guys, those are my thoughts of having this after 2 weeks of use. If you're curious, you're thinking about getting something like this, I say go for it, especially at the price of 400 bucks. This is well worth 400 bucks. This is premium hardware. Dude, you're not gonna get a better device than this for 400 bucks. I'm dead serious. $400 for this, man. This is a steal at 400 bucks. 1500, yeah, no, not with all the quirks that it has, the few quirks that it has left, and with only 8 gigabytes of RAM, no. There are mid-range phones that have 8 gigabytes of RAM, dude, and can do some of the things. This thing does so much, it just does not have enough processing power. All right, guys, that's it. I appreciate everybody watching as always. And until the next time, guys, I'm out.